Hey, welcome back. It's Candice from Thunderbird Sky, and I decided I was starting to do my weekly angel card reading for August 15th to 21st. And the first three cards I pulled, it was kind of odd because it sort of felt like these weren't like weekly card readings. This felt like it was more of like a long-term kind of, there's a bit much of a more long-term energy around these particular cards that I pulled. So I kind of felt inspired to do like an extra little thing here. Where I'm going to do, this feels like it's kind of like a 3 to 6, maybe 3 to 8 month sort of card pull that I did here. So I'm going to kind of get into what this might all be about. So between now and let's say February, January, February, March of next year, 2017, hard to believe we're going to be going to 2017 soon. Oh my God. Pretty crazy. We're now living in the future. But anyway, so I will get into these cards. So there's some really cool things coming up from what these cards show for the next few months. So I'm kind of excited to get into it. Bearing in mind that the future isn't absolutely written in stone, and we also need to take action and take steps towards these things actually coming to fruition. It's not law of attraction isn't all about just sitting on the couch and flipping the TV and hoping that the things that we're visualizing and putting on our vision boards just sort of happen to show up. We actually have to go out there and do something about this. So if you continue moving forward and doing the work, these things will actually start to show up and manifest in your world. Otherwise, they won't. That's pretty much how it works. So the first card, I'm going to use the same deck as the last week, Archangel Power Tarot deck. And the first card that comes up is the Sun. Again, this is a Doreen Virtue deck. Again, not very good detail because the lighting's not great in this room. But life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking thrive through the power of positive thinking. And so the book says some really cool things here. Great things are headed your way. Your plans will succeed beyond your wildest dreams. I have a habit of reading too fast, and my mouth can't keep up, so bear with me. Keep your thoughts and words positive, and you will thrive. Again, focusing on what it is you're wanting to create. Believe in yourself, those around you during this magical time. Believe in yourself and those around you during this magical time in your life. Brilliant epiphanies, inspiring new ideas, leading the way to abundance. Yay! Could use a little more of that. Possibly even some public recognition or reward, very possible during this time. So basically what I get from this is kind of like the theme we've had for the past little while. Like there's some really, really new, great things coming up, new adventures. All the stuff that we work towards is going to start to manifest and show up. As we said with the August 15th, 21st weekly reading. Some of the old stuff is starting it's the last bit of the old stuff is dropping away, and I literally get the energy of this sun coming out full force just after the thunderstorm analogy I used, because there's been a lot of thunderstorms in Calgary lately. You can probably hear one in the background. And out of that thunderstorm, the sun always shines at the end of it. And I had the experience last week with the rainbow showing up after the really, really bad thunderstorm. And it really just feels like that's what's coming in. I get the feeling with this one, it's still going to take a few months for that to really start to show up in the physical sort of thing. Like it's being worked on energetically. And the more we're open and accepting to receive this, the more we put our focus and attention on this idea, the quicker it will show up. If you're still finding yourself in resistance or needing to clear some things, or having some trust issues around these things actually happening, it will impede the flow of this stuff coming through, if that makes sense. So it's really kind of about just allowing those things to be, and I've been talking to a good friend of mine, Glenda Mann, who we've been doing a lot of channeling back and forth, and we've been talking about this idea of that you have to really let go and trust that these things are going to come about, and you visualize what it is you want to create, and then you actually have to just allow the universe to percolate on it for a while. If we're constantly holding on to it, it'll never actually show up. And I know for myself, even though I've known this rule for a long time, and a lot of us probably already do, it really, it's time to sort of just give it all over, right? We've been visualizing, we've been doing our vision boards, maybe some of us have or haven't. We've been working on getting clear on what it is that we want. But if you don't let it go for the universe to take care of and just trust that things will show up one way or another, it'll come a lot faster. So this process can start 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, even 6 months down the road. It all depends on you and how you actually allow this process to take place. It's really completely up to you. So the more you fight it and resist it, or, you know, don't kind of clean up your energy and your vibration, the slower it's going to, you know, the longer it's going to take to show up, and the slower the process is going to be overall. So the next card here, Change Your Life. This one's shown up a lot lately in several of the previous spreads that we've done for other weeks. Sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free of procrastination. Get off your butts and start making those changes and start doing those things you really want to do. I know for myself, now that I'm working at a full-time job, it's finding it really hard. I'm finding it really hard to juggle and be able to work on my film projects and write and do all the things that I really love doing with a full-time job. But I've been getting very clearly lately that we have to do these things, whatever time in the day that we have, even if we don't feel like it, even if you're tired, even if you just want to watch TV, or whatever, Netflix, or even if we just want to, like, you know, flop out on the couch and sleep. We've got to make time every single day to actually make the, you know, work on those projects and work on those and spend time doing those things that we love. It's been coming up with a lot of people around me. You know, a couple of friends are saying, yeah, you know, I need to spend time doing the things that I really enjoy, even if it's like 20 minutes a day, doing something fun, little crafty thing, just to get me out of the other boring stuff that we have to do to survive for the time being. Yeah, the only way that the dreams are going to happen and come true is if we actually make those steps to make them happen, and then allow the energy of things to actually bring, you know, synchronistically bring things to you at the same time. But you still have to take action. You still have to make the effort. And even when you're tired, you still have to make the effort. It's exhausting as all hell sometimes, but that's what we have to do. I'm going to go to the book to see if there's any extra little insight on this one, and I've just lost the page. Hang on a second here. My little bookmark fell out. Okay. Time to change your life. This card represents a need to leave the old behind belief systems. Wait a minute, hang on a second, did I read the wrong one for the wrong day? Oh, I just realized for last week's I actually read the wrong card, but apparently that was the one I was supposed to look at. I don't know. That's weird. Anyways, you can no longer, unless it's, huh. It says the same words, maybe it's a different card had the same words on it. I don't know. That's weird. Okay. Sorry, little sidebar there. But we can no longer procrastinate on these things. Making the changes, you know, so also not just doing the things you want, but you can no longer procrastinate on making the changes that you know in your own heart you need to make. You're going to grow and evolve. Embrace this new direction in your life as liberating and exciting, even if it might be terrifying. Okay, point that out. It might be terrifying, but it's going to be an awesome thing. That's where a lot of times we go into resistances and the fear of things, like, oh my god, something new's coming in. Uh-oh. Bing, 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 bing. The fear radar or the fear sirens tend to go off, and then we go into resistance, which is no fun. You needn't go through this transformation alone. Archangel Chamuel can help you find the new path and meaning to your life that you long for. So just, you know, really that, just, you know, stay out of the fear as much as you can, and just know that you're on this path for a reason, and the universe wouldn't throw you into something you could not handle. I absolutely believe that, even if it doesn't feel like it most of the time. Myself included, I go into that a lot, and then we start to resist, and you know, everything's kind of goes, you know, screwy from there. So just allow yourself to just, you know, tune into the universe and just ask, okay, am I safe in all this? Is this going to be a fun process? And you always get the positive answer. So just, you know, get on it, despite the fear or the lack of time or lack of energy, whatever it happens to be. We just need to get on it. Last card, Ace of Gabriel. A gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. A chance to do something amazing. Sense of wonder. Ooh, I like the sound of this one. A wonderful gift that's coming your way. Ooh, promises passion, opportunity, inspiration. Time of action when you're called to take up whatever activity motivates you the most and make great changes in your life. Don't hesitate to move forward. Ooh, this is a big, great leap of faith. Okay, so this is kind of at the end of this 6 to 8 month process. So we're talking like January, February. Huge opportunities was what I'm kind of getting. New things that might otherwise, you know, have happened earlier might have scared the out of you, and you would have never done it. By this point, because you've done all the work leading up to it, you may not feel like you're ready to make that step at that time, but you will be. So just trust that that's going to happen. New adventures and opportunities with open arms, accept them. You know, allow them to come in. Say yes to them, just like in that movie with Jim Carrey, Yes Man. Say yes to these opportunities. You don't have to say yes to everything, like you did in that movie, but by certainly the ones that resonate the most with you. So that's kind of looks like what's coming up over the next, 3, 6, 8 months, depending on, how you flow with things. The less you resist, more you go into flow, the quicker it'll happen, and the opposite happens if you resist and all that kind of fun stuff. So it's looking kind of cool. So let me know what you think of all of that for the next 6 months, and if you've noticed that things have kind of start to manifest in that way over the next little while. And we'll see how it goes. So again, subscribe below. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to put them down below. And visit me at either thunderbirdsky.com for, if you want a personal reading or Reiki session or want to take a class and learn how to do this stuff yourself. Also, if you want to, if you're a business owner, want to make some videos, I'm also a filmmaker, thunderbirdsky.ca. Another place to go if you want to, learn how to, actually get into doing this kind of stuff for your business and actually make some videos and put yourself out there in this kind of way. So I'm here to support you in whatever way that I can. So give me a shout, send me an email, comment below, and we'll see you next week for August 22nd to 28th reading. Mwah! Have fun this week, everybody. Cheers.